there, welcome to WTMK Live, your holistic health and unconventional foodie destination. And in today's show, we're going to continue our series on healthy on a budget. So this is going to be part 2. So if you missed last episode, we talked about how to purchase fresh vegetables and fruit, and do it on a budget. Get healthy foods, but on a budget. So if you missed last week's episode, just scroll back down through my timeline and watch that one as well. And if you know anyone else who is interested in saving money and being able to still eat healthy on a budget, then make sure you share this video out with them. This is going to be some really great information. In case we have not yet met, my name is Colette Wideck. I am a certified integrated health coach, and I'm super passionate about helping women who are struggling to control their blood sugar, lower their cholesterol, and decrease the weight. So let's see who we have with us today. Hey, Jeanette, how are you, sweet girl? So last week, like I said, we talked about how to purchase healthy fruits and vegetables and do it on a budget. And today, going to continue that theme because there's so many other things that you can do in order to lower your food budget and still be able to eat healthy. So the very first thing, I'm actually going to give you 2 tips today. So the first tip is to shop the sales. And that means, like, if you eat meat, watch for the sales. When they put chicken on sale, buy chicken. Don't buy pork and beef and all the other stuff that week. Buy chicken. Spend all of your money on the chicken, but buy a lot of it. And then what you do is you bring it home and you divvy it up. A lot of times you can also save quite a bit of money if you purchase a family pack. Even if you're not a family, even if it's just you, or if it's just you and your significant other, purchasing a family pack can save you a lot of money. What you do is you bring that family pack home and then you divide it into different meals. So you just put, if you eat 4 pieces of chicken, 2 pieces for each of you, put 4 pieces in a pack, divide it up so you have more than one meal. You can also pre-prep some of that stuff. I always do this. We always purchase our meats in the family pack, and it's just Richie and I. So obviously we don't have that many pieces in each individual pack. But then what I do is when I bring it home, I make up the bag. I put my seasonings right in the bag. So if I want to have, let's say, lemon garlic chicken, guess what? I put olive oil and some garlic and some lemon juice, some salt and pepper, and all that goes right in the bag. And then I put my pieces of chicken in, I seal up the bag, I squinch it all up to distribute all of the seasonings and put it in the freezer. Guess what? That accomplishes 2 things. First of all, well, maybe 3. First of all, you're saving a lot of money by purchasing in bulk. Number 2, by putting each of the individual servings in a bag ready to go, you are pre-marinating the meat as it's freezing, and then as it's defrosting, you are continuing to marinate that meat. So guess what? When you actually cook it, it's super extra delicious. So that's a great tip. So that gets you meal prep, gets you savings on your food, and it gets you a whole variety of different meals because each of your bags you can put in a different seasoning. You can put barbecue in one. You can put balsamic vinegar and seasonings in another one. You can put Italian seasoning in another one. You could do another one like fajita chicken. The possibilities are practically endless, and it saves you so much time and so much money. So that's tip number 1, is to shop the sales. And you can do that same thing with pretty much any other meat that you purchase. Just buy it in bulk and fix it, divide it up and fix it at home. The other thing that can save you a lot of money is instead of purchasing meat that is like chicken, boneless breasts or boneless thighs or boneless or skinless anything, the supermarket charges you a lot of money to do that. And chicken is super easy to skin and bone. So bring it home, buy it cheap, bring it home, do it yourself. Take a little extra time, but it is so worth the extra savings. And then guess what? If you've saved a ton of money on one portion of your grocery bill, then maybe you could add in some of that extra money and be able to buy some of those organic vegetables and fruits that you wanted to buy. Right? Makes sense? So, hey, Ellen, how are you today? So, tip number 1 is to shop the sales and then to do meal prep. So I guess that was like a bonus tip, okay? So here's another tip, and I talk about this a lot in my groups, and I recommend this to all of my clients, and that is to buy raw. Now, there are 2 ways that you can buy beans. You can buy them in a can, and you can buy them dry. Now, when you buy a can of beans, first of all, this can has preservatives, usually lots and lots of salt, and this can will actually cost you anywhere from between 59 cents and $1.89. Okay? Well, guess what? For about $1.49, you can buy a bag, a 1-pound bag of dry beans, and it will cost you anywhere from between $1.19 and $1.49. Guess what the difference is? This bag is worth about 4 of these. So right there you can see the cost savings. Number 2, this bag of beans that's dry has 0 seasonings in it. So that means it has 0 sodium. Unless there's actual sodium in the bean. And I'm looking here, this is garbanzo beans. And no cholesterol, no fat, no, there's 1 gram of sugar for this bag. And but guess what? There's 14 grams of fiber. That's super important. And there's also 8 grams of protein. So protein and fiber are 2 ingredients in foods that are super important in your diet because they help to regulate your blood sugar. They help you to lose weight. So those are super important things. So, and guess what? You know, you say, oh, Colette, I don't have time to cook these. Yeah, you do. How is that? Well, guess what? You put these in the bowl of your crock pot overnight, cover them with water. The next morning, you dump that water out with the beans into a colander, rinse them all off, put them back in your crock pot, fill them up with water, turn your crock pot on. Put a tiny bit of salt maybe if you want, but I wouldn't even yet. Put them on low, go to work, go about your day, and right at the very end, when you've got only about minutes left to cook, then you put in just a little bit of salt. The other thing that I really like to put into my beans when I'm cooking my beans, bay leaf. That actually gives a really nice flavor to the beans, so that you don't need a whole lot of other seasoning like salt and lots of pepper and all that stuff with them, because the bay leaf is really nice seasoning. Let's see who else I have here. Just have to pick out the pebbles. Yeah, you know what, Jeanette? There are sometimes pebbles, but not. I've been cooking fried beans forever, and I almost never find a pebble anymore. So what you do is you take them before you put them in your crock pot, you just put them in a colander and rinse them. And as you're rinsing them, you're like turning them around with your hand, and you should be able to find like little things in there that you think you shouldn't really be cooked. But I almost get nothing anymore. So they're doing a good job. So, but you can so this is a can here of garbanzo beans. This is a bag of garbanzo. But you can get every bean in the world. Here's black beans. You like baked beans? navy beans, pinto beans, red kidney beans. Here's cannellini beans, you know, the white beans, the Italian white beans, like all beans. I have a bag in my cabinet of baby lima beans. Get dried peas. You can get lentils. Lentils are super delicious, and I have quite a few recipes on my website that use lentils. So lentils is a really great bean to use. Super high in fiber, super high in protein as well. You find it more in pinto beans. How about that? Yes, Jeanette, you can absolutely make them in your Instant Pot, and guess what? It'll take less time than it does in your crock pot. So my recommendation is for to save money on your budget and be able to eat healthy, because I do think you should try to limit your meat-based meals and to add in more plant-based meals every week. My recommendation is that you only have meat like 2 or 3 days a week, and the rest of the days you use plant-based proteins for your protein instead. It will help you in so many ways. And beans are a great source to get that protein. And it's super, super inexpensive. So let's just talk about that for a second. So even if you're buying, let's say, go to the grocery store, our favorite is like chicken thighs, which that's dark meat chicken. So that's usually much less expensive than breast meat. So we buy chicken thighs, and I buy them with the skin on, bone in them, and when I bring them home, I skin them myself because it's just not worth the extra money paid to have that done for me. So, but even at that, I think that I'm paying probably $4 or $5 a pound for the chicken. $1.50 a pound for the beans. That's a whole lot cheaper than chicken. And chicken is one of the more inexpensive meats out there. So it makes so much more sense to eat healthy by limiting the number of meat-based protein meals that you have each week and adding in more plant-based protein meals. Healthier, it'll cost less, and you'll have more money in your budget to maybe spend on some of the organic fruits and vegetables that you would like to have in your diet. So that's going to be my show for today. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you have any other suggestions, comments, or anything like that, please put them in the comments here. I'd love to hear from you what you think of this topic. And I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend planned, and I will see you right back here in my kitchen next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, here's to your health. Bye-bye.